Welcome to the deep dive. We're plunging into, well, the frankly exhilarating world of artificial intelligence today. It just feels like every single week there's this huge wave of new stuff, breakthroughs, tools, and honestly, some big questions about where it's all going.
Absolutely. I mean, the sheer amount of information flying around. You've got cutting-edge research, industry news, all the community chatter. It's a lot to keep up with.
Right. So that's our mission today. We're here to cut through that noise for you.
Exactly. We want to pull out the really important nuggets, give you a shortcut to feeling genuinely clued in, and maybe uncover some, surprising bits you might have missed along the way.
That sounds good. So what can you expect from this deep dive? Well, we're taking you on a bit of a journey through the latest in AI. We'll hit the explosion in creative tools, the foundational models behind them, and also get into those critical talks around safety, ethics, and, well, the future of the industry. Let's unpack it.
Let's do it.
Okay, first up, this incredible boom in AI creativity, and maybe more importantly, how it's getting into everyone's hands. We're seeing some, frankly, mind-blowing stuff in visuals and video, like MoonValley's Marey.
Oh, yeah, Marey's climbing the leaderboards fast. It's a text-to-video system, and importantly, it's trained on licensed HD footage, so the quality benchmark is really high.
Right, quality is key there. And then you've got Higgsfield's free Soul model. What's the angle with that one?
Soul is really aiming for that ultra-realistic, almost human-like imagery. It's pushing the envelope on realism.
So it's moving beyond just static images now, dynamic, high-fidelity stuff.
Exactly. And think about what this does. It sort of democratizes high-end production.
How so?
Well, independent creators, small businesses, maybe they couldn't afford pro video or 3D animation before. Now, these tools lower that barrier a lot.
Good point. And you mentioned 3D.
Yeah, big leaps there, too. Tencent Hunyuan's X-Part, for example, does high-fidelity 3D decomposition.
Decomposition, meaning breaking things down.
Yeah, like taking a complex 3D object and breaking it into its semantic parts. Think separating the wheels from the body of a car model automatically. It's huge for gaming assets. Industrial design makes 3D modeling way more intuitive.
Okay, got it. And then there's this cultural moment, right? The nano banana thing.
Yeah, the nano banana craze.
Google Gemini shot past ChatGPT in the app rankings, and apparently this nano banana image editor was a big driver. People making 3D figurines, digital fashion.
That's fascinating, right? It tells you a lot about AI adoption.
Yeah.
It shows that, yeah, you need powerful models, but a fun, intuitive, shareable user experience that can drive massive growth, even against the big players.
So it's not just about being smart. It needs to be engaging, playful almost.
Precisely. But AI isn't just staying on the screen, is it? It's moving into the physical world, robotics.
Right. What's new there?
Oh, Lee Robot v3. They've standardized the dataset format. Now, that might sound dry, but it could enable something like a 1,000-fold scale-up in robotics research.
Whoa, hold on. 1,000-fold scale in research. What does that actually mean for, like, you and me?
It could mean a much faster Cambrian explosion in robotics. Think about it. If researchers worldwide are using the same data foundation, development accelerates like crazy. We could go from small tweaks to big leaps much faster.
Okay, that makes sense. Faster progress.
And something even more tangible. There's now an open source guide out there to build a dual-arm home robot for about $550.
Sorry, say that again? A dual-arm robot for $550.
It's not just a toy for hobbyists either. It suggests personal robotics might become genuinely accessible way sooner than we thought.
That's genuinely astonishing. Feels like we're right on the edge of something big with robots in our homes.
It does. And speaking of understanding the physical world, NVIDIA's got this open source tool, ViPE.
ViPE, right, for 3D video annotation, human poses.
Exactly. It's a game changer for what we call spatial AI. Understanding things in 3D space.
So applications like .gaming, robotics.ar.
All of the above. More accurate player movement in games, better human-robot interaction, more immersive AR. You get the idea.
Yeah.
And to feed that, Spatial Vid released over 7,000 hours of richly annotated video, specifically for training 3D spatial intelligence.
So a massive data set to help AI learn the 3D world.
Basically, yeah. And this is even reaching smaller devices. LFM2 VL450M is bringing compact vision language capabilities to wearables.
For wearables, like smartwatches or glasses.
Could be. Imagine your glasses not just understanding what you say, but also what they see and where you are in 3D space. True context-aware help.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit. The users. The landscape there is shifting in some really interesting ways.
It really is. Get this. ChatGPT now serves over 700 million users. weekly.
700 million, that's huge. And nearly half are under 26.
Yep, the youth adoption is massive. But here's maybe the most fascinating stat. For the first time, women now make up over half of ChatGPT users.
Over half. That is a significant shift. What do you think is driving that?
That's a great question. I think it points to AI becoming really embedded in, well, personal life. New studies from OpenAI and Anthropic are showing most ChatGPT chats are personal now, not work stuff.
Ah, okay. So less about drafting emails, more about planning trips, writing personal notes.
Exactly. It's morphing from just a productivity tool into more of a day-to-day assistant, maybe even a companion of sorts.
Interesting. And are we seeing geographic trends?
We are. Washington, D.C. actually leads the U.S. in AI use per capita. And Anthropic has this economic index mapping usage across over 150 countries. Gives us a clearer picture of where it's really taking hold.
Okay, so widespread adoption, changing demographics. Let's shift gears to the engine room, the engineering frontier.
Right, the core AI advancements, the developer tools making it all happen.
Let's talk LLM power-ups, this idea of agentic evolution. OpenAI's GPT-5 Codex is being called an agentic coding model. What does agentic actually mean here? Why is it a big deal for coding?
Okay, so agentic. It basically means the model can do more than just follow instructions. It can plan, it can self-correct, break down complex tasks into smaller steps. It shows a kind of adaptive thinking time.
Adaptive thinking time. Okay, so for coding.
It's huge. Instead of just spitting out a block of code, GPT-5 Codex can manage long-running tasks autonomously. It can tackle really complex stuff, improve the code as it goes, even debug itself. Early users say it's faster, makes real-world engineering much smoother.
So it's like having a highly skilled, autonomous coding partner, almost.
Pretty much. And it's not just OpenAI. Company's Holo1.5 has open models for these kinds of computer use agents too. They've got a 72 billion parameter version showing big accuracy gains. The whole field is moving towards these more capable agents.
72 billion parameters. These models are getting massive. Do they have to be huge to be useful?
Not always. That's the other side of the coin. Efficiency. Google's embedding GEMMA, for example. It's tiny, relatively speaking, 308 million parameters. Multilingual embedding model.
And its goal?
Fast on-device semantic tasks. So powerful language understanding right there on your phone or computer. No cloud needed. Privacy benefits, speed benefits.
Makes sense. And smaller models can still pack a punch.
Definitely. Look at Falcon H1 1.5b. It shows how clever architecture design, like making models deeper instead of just wider, can let smaller models perform surprisingly well. Punching above their weight class, you could say. Less compute needed.
Good to see that efficiency focus. Now, you mentioned earlier getting accurate answers. What about pulling info from, say, a company's own data?
Yeah. That's where RAG comes in. Retrieval Augmented Generation.
Right, RAG. We hear that acronym a lot. Quick refresher.
Sure. It's basically how an LLM pulls in outside knowledge, like specific, up-to-date company documents to answer questions, instead of just using its general training data.
Got it. And there's a new development there.
Yes, Ant Group's HANRAG. It's a framework designed to be really noise resilient and do multi-hop retrieval.
Noise resilient, multi-hop, meaning?
Meaning it's much better at finding the right information, even when the company data is messy or diverse, which it usually is. And multi-hop means it can connect pieces of information across different documents to build a more complete answer. It uses clever routing and decomposition to get the LLM the best possible context, key for reducing those hallucinations.
Right, reducing hallucinations is crucial for business stress. Okay, infrastructure. How are we training and running these things? Tencent introduced something called SAPO, Decentralized Swarm RL Training.
Yeah, SAP is really interesting. It changes how we scale up reinforcement learning, RL, which is key for training AI to make decisions like in robotics or game playing.
How does decentralizing it help?
Traditionally, RL needed these big, tightly synchronized clusters of GPUs. Expensive, complex. SAPO breaks that up, uses a swarm of potentially distributed computing power, much more efficient, lower cost, could really speed up developing complex RL agents.
Okay, so making advanced training more accessible. What about the hardware itself?
Innovation there, too. Standard Kernel announced new H100 CUDA kernels, the software that runs on the GPUs that are hitting or even beating peak theoretical performance for matrix multiplication, which is core to AI.
So getting more out of the existing hardware.
Exactly. And then there's the MPK mega kernel compiler. The goal here is wild. Run an entire AI model inside a single GPU kernel.
An entire model in one kernel. Why is that such a big deal?
It's all about reducing overhead. Normally, running a model involves lots of little steps, lots of kernel switches on the GPU. That takes time, wastes energy. Packing it all into one mega kernel streamlines everything. Huge potential for speed and power efficiency gains.
Faster inference, lower running costs. Makes
Right.
sense. And scaling up for lots of users.
Yep, Ray 2.49 introduced something called prefix cache-aware routing. This helps systems serving lots of users, think large chatbots or agent platforms using many VLL replicas.
VLLM replicas, so multiple copies of the language model serving system.
Basically, yes, highly optimized ones. This new routing helps reuse common parts of prompts very efficiently, boosting speed when many people are hitting the service at once. We're also seeing batch inference platforms just crank up rate limits like 3,000 times higher and cut serverless costs by 50%.
Huge jumps in capacity and cost savings.
And even on the development side, look at MLX on Apple's M3 Ultra chip. It cut the time to run a complex benchmark, MMLU Pro.
MMLU Pro, right. That tests broad knowledge and reasoning.
Exactly. It cut the runtime from over a day down to under 7 hours. On a consumer chip, that means developers can test and iterate models way, way faster on their own machines.
Faster development cycles. Okay, all this power brings up the question of how we even evaluate these things properly. OpenAI put out a paper arguing benchmarks might be pushing models to just guess.
That's a really critical point, yeah. They're saying current tests often reward models for giving an answer, any answer, rather than admitting they don't know.
Why is saying I don't know so important for an AI?
It's fundamental for trust, especially in high-stakes areas. If a model confidently makes stuff up, hallucinates because it's incentivized to guess, that's dangerous. OpenAI wants evaluation standards that reward models for being well-calibrated, for knowing their own limits, for being honest about uncertainty.
Pushing for more reliable, honest AI makes sense. Are evaluation tools getting better otherwise?
They are. LightEval, for instance, now covers over 7,000 tasks. It includes multilingual tests and multi-turn conversations using other LLMs as judges, coding benchmarks. It's getting broader and more rigorous.
Good to see. And on the optimization side, getting models to perform better.
Yeah, check this out. GPT-4o hit 80% on a benchmark really fast, just 8 rounds, using an optimization technique called GEPA from a framework called DSPy.
DSPy, and now that runs easily on Llama with just a few lines of code.
Exactly. DSPy basically optimizes the prompts and even the weights within your LLM program automatically. GPA is a powerful technique within that. And running it easily on a Llama, which lets you run LLMs locally with hardly any code and no manual prompt fiddling, that makes advanced optimization accessible to way more developers. It's a big deal for democratizing powerful AI development.
Lowering the barrier again. And any safety breakthroughs on the engineering side?
One interesting finding from Google DeepMind. They showed that models fine-tuned, even on really toxic data, can actually be trained to remain civil and safe using something called a generative data approach. It's a promising step for mitigating harmful outputs.
Okay, interesting technique. Let's shift now to the really broad landscape. The impact, the ethics, the future stuff. Starting with the human element. Jobs and skills.
Yeah, this is obviously a huge topic. We've seen big tech firms, Google, Meta, XAI, laying off hundreds of contract AI workers, especially data annotators, AI raters.
The people labeling data to train the models?
Exactly. And it's definitely fueling worries about job security as the AI itself gets better at some of these tasks. Automation's accelerating.
So what does that mean for skills? Is coding, for example, changing?
It seems to be shifting. The workflow might become less about typing every line of code and more about coordinating with these powerful AI agents like the GPT-5 Codex we talked about.
So guiding the AI, refining its output.
Right. It potentially redefines the developer role, emphasizes human judgment, creativity, maybe even taste, having a good sense of what makes a good output as key skills. It's more about collaboration.
Interesting shift. Now, safety and security, big focus here. OpenAI and Anthropic are partnering with the US and UK governments, opening up their models.
Yeah, they're giving governments access for independent security testing, and they're overhauling their own safety measures too.
Why is that government-industry collaboration so important right now?
Well, the risks aren't just technical anymore, are they? There is societal, even geopolitical. Independent testing with government oversight provides a broader, maybe more objective look at vulnerabilities and potential misuse. It's about building trust and anticipating problems.
And new threats are emerging, right? Like these invisible commands.
Yeah, that Oxford research is worrying. The idea that AI agents could be manipulated by hidden commands embedded in images, that's a serious security threat as these agents get integrated everywhere.
And we're seeing responses. like adaptive security.
Right. They just got $55 million with OpenAI's backing specifically to fight AI-powered impersonation and deepfakes. Shows how urgent that problem is becoming.
And the flip side, powerful tools being used maliciously. The dual-use problem.
Exactly, that AI penetration testing tool, Pillager. Over 11,000 downloads already. Researchers are alarmed because, while it could help defenders, it could easily be abused by cybercriminals. Stark reminder of that double-edged sword.
Definitely. What about ethics in specific fields? Healthcare, for instance.
Seeing some paradoxes there. A study found clinicians using generative AI for decisions sometimes get lower competence ratings from their peers.
Lower ratings, even if the AI helps.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean the AI is bad, but it highlights a huge need. We have to train doctors on how to use these tools effectively, how to blend AI insights with their own judgment, when to trust it, when to override it.
So it's about the human-AI integration, not just the tech.
Precisely. And current AI still falls short in really complex areas, like accurately predicting suicide risk. Reminds us that human empathy and judgment are still irreplaceable.
Good point. Even in crypto, Vitalik Buterin is urging caution about AI managing protocols.
Yeah, she's saying, hold on, we still need human oversight here. The risks are too high to fully automate control of financial systems with current AI.
And the leaders of these AI companies themselves, Sam Altman saying ChatGPT's impact keeps him up at night.
That personal admission really underscores the weight of responsibility, doesn't it? The need for strong ethical safeguards, thoughtful governance, and there are ongoing debates, too, about neutrality, about whose values get embedded in these models based on who's leading the companies. Big questions.
Huge questions. Shifting to the money side, is there an AI bubble? We hear that a lot.
There's definitely talk. Brett Taylor, OpenAI's chair, made that comparison to the dot-com bubble. He sees transformative long-term impact, absolutely. But he's warning, many ventures might fail. Investors face real risks.
Cautionary notes. But at the same time, the market.
Yeah, despite the warnings, the NASDAQ just had a perfect week, largely driven by AI tech stocks soaring. And look at Mistral AI in France.
The European startup.
Right, rocketed to a nearly $14 billion valuation, a serious European rival to the U.S. giants. So you have this tension, caution from insiders, but massive investment pouring in. It's speculative, but the potential is undeniable.
Dynamic is definitely the word for it. And enterprises, are they buying in?
Massively. Google Cloud's CEO reported huge growth in their Gemini AI adoption, and their backlog is over $106 billion. It clearly shows businesses are betting big on AI for efficiency and innovation.
$106 billion. Wow. Are we seeing specific new enterprise applications emerge?
All the time. Like .file first, fully autonomous AI for Know Your Business, KYB, checks in fintech. They're cutting review times from hours down to seconds.
Hours to seconds. That's transformative for compliance.
Totally. And research shows AI is boosting government efficiency in detecting tax fraud, some systems hitting over 90% accuracy. We're also seeing AI blended with sensors like Ouster and Constellus using AI with LiDAR for advanced security at critical sites.
So real-world, high-impact uses. But there was also that report about hidden AI use.
Yeah. That was eye-opening. Nearly 90% of enterprise AI activities might be happening under the radar, undetected by IT departments.
90%. That seems like a huge blind spot. What are the risks there?
Significant risks. Privacy violations, compliance breaches, data leakage, powerful tools being used without proper oversight or governance. It's a major wake-up call for businesses.
So IT needs to catch up.
Pretty much. The good news is new observability tools are emerging to help companies actually see, track, manage, and secure what AI is being used where.
Yeah.
But yeah, it shows AI is embedding itself faster than some organizations can keep track.
Okay, so we have covered an incredible amount of ground today. I mean, just the sheer speed of innovation. Dazzling creative tools like Marey and Nano Banana, foundational models like GPT-5 Codex getting Agentic.
Right, plus those huge strides in robotics and spatial AI, understanding the physical world.
And then the user shifts 700 million users, women now the majority on ChatGPT, the rise of personal use cases.
Plus all the engineering work, efficiency, scaling, new ways to train and evaluate models, the safety breakthroughs.
And then wrapping it into the bigger picture, the job impacts, the security threats, the ethical dilemmas, that whole investment frenzy versus bubble debate, and how businesses are actually using it, sometimes without even realizing it.
Yeah. Our goal with this deep dive was really to give you that comprehensive picture, but hopefully in a way that's digestible. Connect the dots for you across all these different pieces of news.
Give you that shortcut to feeling truly informed on where AI is right now.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up, here's maybe a final thought for you to chew on. We've talked about all this rapid progress, all these amazing new tools, but experts like Demis Hassabis at Google DeepMind are still cautioning us
What's the caution?
that even today's best chatbots are still, in his words, kind of brittle. That truly robust AI systems, ones that can learn continuously and reliably,
Yeah.
they might still be 5, maybe 10 years away.
Right. It's a good reality check amidst the hype.
It is. So the question for listening is, as we ride this incredible wave of innovation and investment, what's your take on that horizon for truly intelligent AI? And maybe more importantly, how do we, all of us, balance this immediate excitement, the undeniable opportunity with that longer-term vision and with the absolute critical need for AI that is robust, reliable, and fundamentally ethical?
Good questions to keep asking.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.